Yes, they can't stop thinking about you because you are on their mind. Every day, they think about you. Right now, it might not sound that familiar to you because you might be stuck in a situation where they are in no contact or where they are acting cold towards you. But as soon as this video ends, your situation will change. Yes, your situations will change, and they will change when you apply the teachings that I am about to share with you. By the end of this video, you will understand how easy it is to manifest that specific person, how easy it is to make them attracted to you. There are countless stories that you can find on the internet where a person who was in a no-contact situation successfully manifested their specific person, confessing their loving feelings towards them. Have you ever questioned why that person manifested their specific person? What was special about them? What did they know that you didn't? Well, after I studied these stories, and even by my own experience, I found a very common pattern that led people to successfully manifest their specific person. I bet many of you haven't observed this pattern before. But after today's video, you will see this pattern working in every success story. Also, keep in mind I am not talking about stories where people had some partial manifestations, like getting unblocked or receiving a text message. While these things are great, they are great movements in 3D reality, but still, they are not the end goal. They are not what you consider a full manifestation. They are just part of your journey. Now, when you look up on the internet and search for the ways to manifest your specific person, you will end up with many answers. But among these, you will get some similarities. The similarities are becoming clear about what you want, using some technique, getting in the emotional state of having it, and letting go. Well, these are the 4 steps that sum up manifestation. Those who practically follow these steps manifest their desires. When you hear about them and when you follow them in your life, you will feel a difference. Like, it is very easy to read and understand that you have to let go. But when it comes to applying this, you get confused. You don't understand what you have to let go. You don't feel like letting it go. You don't have the faith to let it go. You are too obsessed with your desire that you feel like you have to hold it tight. So, in a nutshell, you know that you have to let it go. You read and watch videos, and the writer tells you that you have to let go. But there is a difference between applying it practically and just reading it on the internet. The same goes with the other things as well. When you watch this video, you will know that you have to get into the state of the wish fulfilled. When you read it, it would feel like, wow, it is so easy. It would feel as if you found a hidden key. But when it comes to applying it practically, you don't stay consistent with it. You get in this state, then you move out of this state, then you again get in this state, and again you move out of it. This continues every day. Sometimes you get that feeling, sometimes you don't, and you start questioning how long you have to do this. The same applies to the techniques. You understand that you have to visualize, affirm, or follow some techniques. But when it comes to applying them, you again start having questions in your mind. You keep on thinking how many times you have to do it. Are you doing it correctly or not? What time do you have to do it? Reading that you have to apply this technique and reading other people's experiences where they applied this technique and got what they wanted seems to be easy. But when you actually apply this practically, it seems way different. Also, when you are told that you have to become clear about your desires, the majority of you will say that you want that person only. But you might have some really deep opposing beliefs around that person. Like, let's say there is a person named Jacob. Now that Jacob is just 22 years old, he is in his peak days where he is working out and having fun in his life. Everything is going fantastic. He has this high testosterone level and is in that high energy. At this time, Jacob meets a woman who is 12 years older than him. And this woman is a single mom who got married at 23. But now that woman is a single parent. This woman has that curvy body. She is a mature woman. And Jacob is young, and he got very attracted to her. Young men often find older women very appealing. That was the case with Jacob. He started getting hints from her, and he started pursuing her. They went on dates, and everything was going fine. The woman started showing her emotional side, and Jacob was looking for other things in this relationship. But then, when Jacob didn't fulfill those emotional needs, she started acting cold and started distancing herself from him. This all led Jacob to go on a roller coaster ride. He started reading about these older women, and he started to understand what they needed. Now, Jacob wanted to give everything to that older woman. He read that these single mothers wanted attention, an emotional connection, so he wanted to give it to her. Time passed and Jacob's mentality started to change. Now he is emotionally attached to her. He was following some articles, and he was thinking that if he marries her, then he will give her that joy. And then he would be able to get all of that he wanted in the first place when he met her. Now, this 22-year-old dude says that he is clear. He wants to marry this single mom who is 12 years older than him. Whenever someone asks what you want, he says he wants to marry her and only her, and this is what he wants to manifest. Now, you guys tell me, does Jacob really have this desire of marrying her, or does he have other desires with that woman? Does he really want to become a stepdad at the age of 22? Does he really want to marry at the age of 22 with a single mom? Does he really want to start another chapter of his life full of responsibility? Or he just wanted to have that fun? I know many of you will be able to understand this. You will know from which place Jacob is coming and what he really wants. You know that, right? So, is Jacob clear with his desire to marry? Or does he just think that once he marries her, his initial desire will get fulfilled? Isn't this mind-blowing? Isn't it surprising that Jacob, who is just a 22-year-old dude with ample opportunities, got lost in his journey? Like Jacob, don't do this mistake of molding your desire, thinking that once I get this, then I will have this. Don't limit yourself with the idea that only this is the path to attaining your desire. Just be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, are you really clear about this desire? Like, I see people commenting, I am in love with this other person who is married. Can I manifest them? Well, you can manifest them, but do you really want to be in a relationship with that person, or are you just attracted to them? I am telling you all of this not to say that it is not possible. It is possible, but it requires a very deep level of change within you that the majority people fails to achieve. You have to change very deep-rooted beliefs within you in order to manifest these outcomes, and I will tell you why. Like, you know, everything is a game of beliefs. You probably have heard if you think you can or you think you can't, you are always right. Your inner assumptions manifest your external reality. The way you feel internally gets manifested externally. So, in a way, your beliefs manifest your reality. I think almost all of you understand these points. You understand that your beliefs are manifesting your external reality. So, I want to ask you, I want your view on this. Do you think Jacob grew up with the belief that men marry with a single mother who is older than them? Or does Jacob grow up with the belief that you marry a partner that is around your age who has never married before? What do you think? Just give me your opinions. Personally, I think that almost everyone, while growing up, had this belief of finding a suitable partner that was never married and was of their age or had a little age difference. Jacob also had these beliefs. Now, his dominant deep-rooted beliefs are that you marry when you get stability in your life. You marry someone that you love. You marry someone that is around your age. You marry someone who is never married. The single mother that he thinks that he wants to marry does not fulfill any of the beliefs that he grew up with. Now, these deep-rooted beliefs would always contradict his present wants, and therefore it would become extremely difficult to manifest them. To manifest this molded desire of marrying that woman, he has to change these deep-rooted beliefs, and then he will get his manifestation. But if it becomes clear if he identifies that he molded his desire of having that fun with women to the desire to marry her, then his approach would be way different, and his approach would be successful. Like when it becomes clear that he just wants to have fun and he becomes bold with this idea, then he would be able to manifest it easily because his deep-rooted beliefs won't contradict his desire. Like, now instead of imagining wearing that wedding ring on his finger, he could imagine having a great night with that person and that woman thanking him for the best experience of her life. This would be way fulfilling for Jacob, and this scene would give him that feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction. This is how easy manifestation would appear because he got clear about his goal. He got clear about what he wanted. Now, if any single mother is watching this, then don't get offended by this. You are a very attractive person. You can find better mates than this young Jacob, who will actually fulfill your needs. Jacob was just there to give you the pleasure that you were missing in your life. Even if this Jacob marries you and the goal of Jacob's gets fulfilled, then also you won't get that satisfying relationship that you desire. So, you too become clear of your desire, and become honest with yourself. I think you are getting that clarity. There are some beliefs that are deeply rooted within you. Like some believe that you only have to lose virginity on the day of marriage, and therefore, they are not manifesting those experiences during their 20s. This belief is contradicting all these opportunities. Now, I am again telling you, it does not mean that these people would not be able to have fun in their 20s, but for that, they have to let go of this belief of losing virginity only on the day of marriage. They have to change this belief. They have to bring that change into their awareness. You can manifest anything only by changing your beliefs, only by changing your dominant assumptions. If you don't do it, then your wants will always contradict your old belief, and thus you won't be able to manifest those desires of yours. So, if you are still here, then you are learning a very important lesson that hardly anyone talks about in these manifestation videos. They will tell you that you can have anything, and people will comment that you can manifest that married person. But they won't tell you that you have to undergo a very deep change. You have to play with some deeply rooted belief, and then you will be able to manifest that person. But now you are clear. As I told you at the start of the video, there is a common pattern among people who are able to successfully manifest. The one common pattern with each and every one of them is that they were clear about their desires. That is why wherever you read about manifestation, they always tell you to get clear about your desire. Yet, people fail at this first step. No one devotes their time to observing their goals. In one of the lectures, someone asks Neville that they wanted to marry some X, Y, Z person. Neville asked them, if the person drops dead tomorrow, will they still want only that person? The person who asked this question was honest, and it was clear that they wanted to marry. They wanted to have that feeling of being married. In short, they wanted to have a married life, and they were thinking of this person because this person fulfilled some of their desired qualities of a partner. Now when they got cleared about this, once they got cleared that they can also consider other persons as well and that their desire was only to get married, then Neville gave that person an imaginary scene of wearing a wedding ring. Now, if you understand this, then you are on the right path. By this, I am not saying that you cannot have that specific person. Neville himself manifested to marry a specific person. It was his second marriage. The only problem that he was facing was that he was not getting divorced from his first wife. But, as he went to the end and imagined a scene of being married with his second wife, he manifested a chain of events where his first wife committed some crime. And somehow he got the divorce. Today I want you to keep Jacob in your mind and observe your desire. Be honest with it and don't mold it. When you get that clarity, and you imagine having that desire, then it would be far more fulfilling than the desire of forcing some desire of yours to manifest. It would be a different experience, and everything will become smooth. You will be able to manifest what you wanted. It just requires a change within you. When you change the way you perceive yourself, then you change the way the other person perceives you. And that changes the situations or circumstances. So, make those changes. You can even try some guided meditations. I have designed one such meditation that will give you tremendous results. You can find this meditation by clicking on the first video that now appears on the top right corner of the screen.